we are seeing the rise of regulatory frameworks in some jurisdictions like the UK or the Monetary Authority of Singapore with their MES, regulated back stablecoin. So it is in itself a form of rating because if we know that a stablecoin is regulated in a very specific jurisdiction, it gives another level of credibility to it in comparison to non-regulated stablecoins. Are those like key factors that will be added into the blue chip, like the key considerations in terms of looking at in what jurisdiction or what jurisdiction has already regulated the stablecoin? And is it automatic that if it's regulated by a recognized, I would say, authority, then it gets one of the higher rating?
That's a great question. The ratings, the regulatory oversight that some governments have created do play an important role in our framework, but they play it indirectly. We don't just trust a government's decision. We
Okay.
treat ourselves as giving our own independent decision. So, but I can point out in one case, for example, the well-known NYDFS stablecoins, the New York State, the ones that the New York State has looked at and said, we have certain requirements for stablecoins, and some people have met those requirements and some people haven't. If those requirements help them meet the requirements of the SMIDGE framework, then that counts toward them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the NYDFS stablecoins indirectly prescribe some things that are in the SMIDGE rating framework.
Okay.
So we treat that as basically a checkbox that if you have met their requirements and those requirements were part of our requirements for a high grade, yes, you can meet that. Then that's important. If they, if a new regulator says coins have to show that they're bankruptcy remote and they define bankruptcy remoteness the same way Bluechip does,
Mm-hmm.
that can help them get a higher grade. But if they define bankruptcy remoteness in a way that we don't find credible, we're not going to follow that. So we think that's important, that our job is not just passing on, we're not just carrying water for government regulators, right? If a
Yes.
government says, this coin is safe and we think it's unsafe, we're not going to give them a high grade. And vice versa. If they say it's unsafe, but we think it's safe, we're going to continue to give it a high grade.